Hello, we have Omar Jasika, fresh from the training court here at Playford International, and it's been a year since we literally did this 1 year ago, man. Talking about basically your whole career, your junior slam, some of your experiences, like actually traveling full time, and the grind that you're on. And since then, you actually made the Australian Open main draw. So you won. Yes. You won your qualifying. It was 3 matches, right?
3 great.
So I think that's a great place to start. Tell us about how you were able to put it all together and what that experience was like.
Well, yeah. First of all, thanks for having me again. It's been a pretty amazing year for me. I think after the last chat we had, we were going into Aussie summer, and I obviously had no expectations. Because I had no idea actually that I was going to get into the Australian Open. And then I actually got told that I wasn't going to get in this year, which was fine, and I kind of accepted it. But got into Brisbane International the week before, and I was pumped and stoked because obviously I didn't think I was going to get into that. So it was a good opportunity for me, to show myself and just play some good tennis. Didn't actually play a good match, but still the experience was awesome, playing a 250, everyone's dream, to try and get up there and play the bigger tournaments. And in Brisbane, so cool. And then, I was sitting with Sweeney maybe a day before and got a call up saying that I was in the Australian Open, and I was just like, couldn't believe it. It was a pinch me moment for a second. I was one of the last wild cards. I think if the stars aligned, a couple of people got into main draw, and I kind of was on the cusp. And I got the call up, and I was so stoked. So didn't really have too much time to prepare. Had like 1 day or 2 days max to prepare. And once again, I was stoked to be in the Australian Open once again playing. And it was just a weird week for me because everything just was rolling. I was playing unbelievable tennis. I was moving well, had all my friends and family there, and whatever happened, I was just happy to be there. And one thing after another, won my first round in 3 sets.
Was it just the mindset that you're in because you were just happy to be there? You didn't, you had no expectation. No. Why do you think it was going so well?
Well, I think, like you said, I was just I was just happy to be there, and I just had no can't even find the right word for it. Just no expectations, and I was just all my friends and family. I was just happy to be competing again in the Australian Open because it's been a while for me since I've been in the Australian Open, and won my first in the tight 3-setter. It was a good matchup for me against Dalibor Svečina. He was a guy from Czech Republic, I think. And then the second round had a day to recover, and my second round I was playing an American guy, and I knew he was a good player. So once again, I kind of just went out there with the same mentality, just going to compete. And I like the heat personally, and I know I can get a lot of guys in the heat because it's just my thing. I just like to be out in the sun and, just kind of soak it up and tanning and all that sort of stuff. And it was so hot that day. So I was already...
So you were loving it.
Yeah, I was like, the hotter the better. I was like, just keep getting hotter. And obviously when it's hot, you just got to hydrate well and do the right things well. Because, if you're not fit enough and you don't drink enough water, it can go the other way sometimes. And then once again, we were playing like peak hour, like lunchtime, and that was another tough match. Won my second round in 3 sets again, and all the emotions started rolling in as the third round was approaching.
The what if.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I'm 1 match away from making a great Grand Slam, and then I was playing I'm not sure where he was from. Abdullah, I'm not sure, maybe from Jordan. I think he was from Jordan. And I knew that because obviously that week was super hot, and obviously he's used to heat in Jordan being pretty hot. But he won a massive match against a Serbian guy, in a long grind, and he was pretty exhausted. I knew because I watched a little bit, just wanted to see who I played, and I was playing another lefty, I was kind of happy with that. It was a good opportunity for me to make main draw, and then all my friends and family came out for that last round of qualifying. And I remember the night before I didn't really have the best sleep because I was just like, is it time to go? Yeah, is it time? I was waking up every hour. I was like, I'm ready. Yeah. I would honestly played on no sleep. I was like so amped, and it's so much, I can't even explain how much adrenaline I was on. It was just, I'm getting excited talking about it. I'm just,
You would run through a wall, bro.
Yeah. But it's just one of those moments where you just got to enjoy it and soak up, And once again, I was like, you know what? If I lose here, it's fine. I'm last round qualifying. All my friends and family came to watch me. I was happy. And I lost I think a couple of my friends were late to watch the match because the match before me, someone retired, so I went on quickly. So I was like
second on, but a quick second on.
Quick second on. I think someone played one set and kind of retired. So I was like, it was even fast for me. I was like, oh shit, telling everyone I'm going on now. Yeah. And I lost that first set pretty quick. I remember I was so nervous. And he came out of the gates lights out. And then I kind of just went back into my routines, took my time and just kind of focused on what I needed to do. And I saw all my friends arriving and he actually had a pretty big crowd from Jordan come support him and they were pretty loud. So my friends were a little bit late to come watch. But then I started seeing him roll in and, I was like, all right, here we go. Second set, it's like, let's start again. Won the second set, actually pretty comfortably, but it was like a close second set, but the scoreline wasn't. And then this third set, I was like, I'm going to get it everything. If I have to lose my legs in this third, I'll lose my legs. And I gave it everything and it was so hot that day, I remember. And I kind of, I got through and it was just a moment I can't even describe it. It was just, it's jelly legs and it was amazing.
Something amazing about actually doing it yourself. 3 matches qualifying, no wild card. Like you fully earned it in the sun.
Yeah.
Red as anything. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just an emotional week after obviously being told that I wasn't going to get in.
Yeah, it's like full turnaround.
Well, yeah, obviously, like I knew there was a lot of younger guys that were going to, they want to give a shot and give an experience to, which is completely fine. I've had my fair share, so and a couple of people, the stars aligned and I was just like, wow, I'm back in here. And before I knew it, I was, I'm just qualified for the Australian Open and it's at the start of the year, what a way to start the year, being at home slam, Australian Open, it's like one of the biggest, if not the biggest tournament in the world, and then had a couple, I think the Australian Open qualifying started a week earlier. So then I had a couple days to rest and get ready. And then I remember the draw coming out and had a pretty good player to play.
Hurkacz, right?
Yep. Herbert Hurkacz, yeah. I think he was number 9 or number 8 at the time, which still is top 10.
Yep. And how did you feel you went? I watched bits and pieces.
Yeah.
How'd you feel out there against him?
Honestly, pretty good. I was playing good tennis, to start the year. And I think coming on, I just knew that I was going to have a good chance because I played 3 amazing matches and I won all in 3 sets. So I had a lot of court time, and then they put me on Hisense. No, is it called Hisense? John Cain, sorry. John Cain Arena, and that was an Aussie court because I remember there was all Aussies playing on that court, and then I was playing a night match. And I was just, just so happy to be there, and all my friends, literally all my friends and family were there. So I was like, I'm just going to play whatever happens, I'm playing good tennis, and I know it's a long year ahead. So, and he's obviously had an amazing career. So. And, the first set was actually pretty close, 7-6. And, it could have gone either way that first set. Yeah. And then, he did beat me in 3 straight sets. But I was just trying to soak up the atmosphere and the moment for sure, more than anything. So
good. And what a way to start a year. Obviously, great paycheck for what you're used to playing at the level and the challenger level that you're at. So kind of how have you invested that money or what have you been looking to change with that sort of funding? Because it means that like right at the start of the year, it's like, wow, I can go full on another year if I want to and invest it in different ways to make sure that like I can actually have longevity in what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, it just obviously just goes back into tennis and, it just gives me a lot of wiggle room to work with, as in bigger schedule. Traveling is pretty expensive when you got to pay for your own stuff. Which is flights, your coach. I didn't actually have a coach with me. I had my girlfriend travel with me for the majority of the year, which was amazing. And, sometimes when you have a coach, they want their own separate room. So then you've got to, pay for their own separate room so they can talk to their loved ones and do whatever they need to. Mm-hmm. But I obviously Hannah stay with me, which helps so much, But you still got to pay for flights. And
how much do you reckon your expenses are? Like per year,
great.
If you would actually like kind of give me approximate.
Well, I actually couldn't because it just varies every week. But I've had a pretty good year. I played the qualifying of all the Grand Slams. There's a bit of money in those. But expenses, I'd probably say over. I'm not too sure. I don't want to say a number. I would say over 50 easy. Yep. Over 50 grand.
Yeah.
Over 50,000, maybe even over 60.
Okay.
Depends on the schedule, where you have to go, and some places. I think just the flights. I think is the biggest expense for everyone.
Yeah.
Like 1200, 1300, just like that.
Yeah.
You don't even think about it anymore. You just got to do it. You can't really be a tight ass, unfortunately. Because it all, just comes down to, you just
that's a sport.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is a sport. You
You're
have no
not going to
choice.
not go to the tournament because of the flight,
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to give yourself the best opportunity, So you got to invest in yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
And then from that, you had a real tough kind of period after that into the middle of the year. What do you think happened? You obviously on a high at the start of the year.
Yeah.
What do you think wasn't working out for you where you started to just maybe lose confidence and couldn't maybe reproduce the level that you were doing at the start of the year?
I think I had a bit of a rough patch in the middle. Well, I think after my summer, I actually had, after the Australian Open, I had a pretty good couple of tournaments after that. Won another Challenger and then another Future after that. So I kind of went back to back.
Yeah.
And then because I was playing good tennis, I kind of rushed to go overseas. Didn't really have a moment to sit down and just reflect on the big summer. And it was a massive month or two, for me. And I actually did a bit of a silly schedule and kind of went to Mexico to play high altitude on clay as well. So probably my worst surface is like clay, and altitude as well didn't help. It was about 2,100 meters. I just think for altitude, big tall players, you kind of got to go down on the ball a little bit. For smaller players like me as well, I think I was kind of, because we got to get hit up on the ball, and every ball was kind of going out, and just didn't really help. And I lost 4 first rounds there. And then.
So you think a big part of why you lost form was purely only a scheduling decision?
I think so. Yeah.
And then from there, you wasted a lot of energy and expenses for 4 weeks in a row. And then like you're playing catch up and you're tired and you have to go again.
Well, that's it. I lost 4 first rounds and I started kind of trying to change a little bit in my game. And I was like, what's going on here?
So there's a slippery slope from there.
Well, that's it. Yep. And then I went to Asia, and then I lost. From Mexico to Asia was a long trip, and I was pretty tired when I got there, but I was like, okay, this is the right thing to try and correct it. And then I was still in a negative headspace and trying to change too much. And I got to Asia, and then I lost first round. I think I went like 7-8 first rounds in a row. And that's when you kind of snowball, It's just, you find a way to lose, and it's just, you're just so negative, and then nothing's going right. You don't want to be there. And then you're like, start thinking about you're wasting money, and then you want to play like you did before, but things are not going your way. And it's just, sometimes it's
so brutal, man. This sport is just so tough sometimes.
And then I think I went 8-9 first rounds in a row, and then I played a wild card and got my first win there, which was good, but I was still kind of negative, and I was like, I lost all these first rounds, and I was like, I shouldn't have gone. I was telling people I shouldn't have gone there, and I was just self-inflicted negative talk, I think. It doesn't help. Doesn't help for anyone.
So big lessons though.
Absolutely.
So when did you start to realize that you were kind of in that headspace, and what helped you get out of it?
So then I kind of just kept playing through, and then obviously went to French Open, and then lost to, I played the guy that I beat at the Australian Open the first round, and he's obviously a lot better on clay, and then he beat me, and I was like, oh no, this is getting worse. I'm not playing well. And then went to the grass, and the grass was so strong. Got good players, and then I lost a couple of first rounds there, and then I told Hannah, I was like, you know what? There's a lower level tournament in Bali. It was getting, I was like, let's just go home, but let's go through Bali and let's play the UTR, and then have a couple of weeks off, and then let's reset and get back over, because I knew I had club tennis in Germany that I wanted to play. I was ready in the team, and I said yes the year before, so I agreed to it. And I was like, you know what? Let's go to Bali and let's just reset. Worst case, we'll just go back to Bali and have some fun, and we'll go home and reset. And played this UTR, and honestly, playing 5 matches at a lower level kind of helped me, like, just to get that winning feeling again.
So hard to build any consistency when you have one match and you can't actually build any rhythm and just get consistency.
Absolutely.
Like, practice matches are okay, but it's just not the same, man.
Not the same. I agree. And then played this UTR and won this UTR, and it felt like it was like an amazing feeling just to win 4 or 5 matches in a row. I was like, didn't get like too much for it. Like, got a bit of money, but just to string 4 or 5 matches together and face a break point and convert the break point, and just like the small things made such a difference for me.
That's huge.
And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, it's just so nice to feel to win again.
Yeah.
And then I played a 15, played a wild card, got a wild card into that tournament, then won that. And then I started getting confidence. Strut was getting a little bit bigger, and you kind of just you get into a routine. You get into a good routine. You start to, you start to see what works for you, but you just build like you say, you work on yourself and you build on yourself. And
what would you change though? So if you were to go through that again, how would you change it so it doesn't happen again? Obviously, developing more and more experience as you have more time on tour. But how would you actually do it so you don't go through that period as long maybe next time?
Yeah, I think when it starts to snowball, you just got to take a week off instead of trying to play through it. I kind of just thought playing through it, maybe it's going to change, which kind of didn't. I was playing every week. I was losing first round, and then I'd have a whole week and then it just wasn't. I just think I just take a whole week, go play somewhere where you want to play. I think I was trying to play where Aussies were, and because I just didn't want to be alone and just following kind of Aussies, and you just got to kind of pick the right schedule for you. Everyone is different. Everyone's going to play different everywhere. I prefer slower courts, hotter conditions and no altitude and like clays. But everyone's different. So you kind of just got to pick the right schedule.
So next year you think that you're going to really just hone in on all the events that you think you have a better chance at and that you want to play rather than just doing just because or they're there, I want to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Obviously you got to sometimes adjust and compromise. You can't just always play where you want to play.
But I mean, especially for the Grand Slams, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I think, if there's a week that, you need to sit out and not play, I think absolutely it's the right thing for me. I think I'll just pick a better schedule and, sometimes it's better to play one good week than to 5, first rounds and, because if you win a tournament, it's a lot of points up for grabs. You'd rather invest in this one good week and then have another week off. And
I love that you just kind of bit the bullet and go, no, I want to go back down a level. Just like put the ego aside and go like, no, I want to actually get some matches in and just build the confidence again. Because this has led into quite an impressive winning streak. So is it 27 now?
I think it's actually a little bit. I think it's like maybe 30. I don't know. Actually, I think
okay, so let's say between 27 and 30. That's pretty insane regardless. Like it's at the futures level for you, right?
Yeah.
So how many futures have you won in a row? Is it 6?
5 in a row.
5 in a row. So that's huge, man. Like it doesn't matter if it's not the challenger level to do that all in a row. That is really, really tough to do. So what's helped you to be able to stay consistent to win that many matches in a row?
Yeah. I think just kind of sticking to myself a little bit more and just doing my routines a little bit more and when you kind of string a couple matches together, you learn so much about yourself, I feel like.
In what way?
Well, I just feel like I think on the confidence side, just being when you're facing a break point, you don't panic as much. You kind of go back to your percentage play, what has worked for you, what works for you, and you kind of when you put yourself in that position multiple times, you know how to deal with that situation. Obviously it's not going to work every time, but I've kind of learned how to mentally stay relaxed throughout the whole match. If I get broken first game, it's okay. There's a tennis match is so long, and there's so many things that needs to go wrong before you lose a tennis match. That's what I think. There's so many ways you can correct it before it's too late. And just small things like that you learn over time and about yourself. And I think this was the best thing that's happened to me, and it's really turned my year around for sure.
100%. Any kind of key moments within this streak that have stood out for you, like key matches or key moments throughout the massive win streak you're on?
I think you just got to let it be. I think you just got to, in tennis, you can't. Yeah, it's just it fluctuates so much in tennis. You can't control it too much. Sometimes you're going to get a net court that goes your way, going to get a call that doesn't go your way. So you just got to stick to yourself and just let it play out in a way.
Do you feel like as you have more experience on tour that you're getting better at that? And
I think so.
Not getting so sucked into the emotional roller coaster of it all.
Yeah. I think I've just been trying to, instead of being so up and down, just trying to stay a bit more balanced and composed, I think. And it's been helping me so much. I agree. And just doing the little things right, the recovery right. And it's been a long 2 months for me now. But
what does Hannah help you with in these sort of situations when you're not in the best place, but then also when things are going well?
Yeah.
Like does she have a tennis background?
No, she doesn't.
Okay,
No.
but she seems like she's very just head screwed on, knows a lot about life. So what sort of things does she help you with throughout this year when you're going through these phases?
Well, she's obviously spends the most time with me out of everyone, so she knows how my emotions run sometimes throughout the day. I can go high and then I can go low. So I've got the highs and lows. And I think in tennis, she just kind of, it's like a bullshit. She doesn't tolerate anything, Sometimes I like to talk on the court and she kind of she understands and sometimes gives me positive feedback. And then I kind of reset and go back to my ways, Sometimes I need to get out whatever I need to. But just throughout the day, sometimes I forget like small things, like even like bananas to bring on court, just energy drinks, energy gels, towels, just the small things like that go a long way. Obviously, she's done all the flights and accommodation, just admin this year, which has been a massive help for me.
Yeah, it just helps you lock into what you're doing on court.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to be thinking is, trying to find a cheap flight out of here by this week, cheap accommodation. So it's just one less thing to remove, and it's helped significantly.
And is she going to continue on tour with you next year as well?
Well, I think so. I think that's the plan. We'll see how this year pans out, but I think it's looking good for 2025 for sure.
Yeah, awesome. So obviously you've had a lot of success on the Futures Tour. What do you need to do to transfer that to the Challenger level? So seems obvious that you can win consistent futures. How are you then going to transfer that, and what do you need to do to then actually do that at the Challenger level?
I think the Challenger level is obviously a different ball game now, and I think I'm just going to keep sticking to what I'm doing, and I'm playing good tennis, and all you can really do is just back yourself and just do the small things right. I think I'm in a good headspace, and I think in tennis it's very important to be in a good headspace. I'll just keep playing the way I'm playing, and if I can keep winning just a couple more matches, just set myself up for next year. So I'm just going to keep sticking to myself and stay positive.
So for you, it's more about just like smarter scheduling and just keeping yourself in the right headspace more than any kind of like big change in your actual tennis game.
Yeah, I think so. You can only, everyone knows how to hit a ball, and I think just the headspace, the mental space in tennis is massive because everyone's so good these days. It's just, I think the mental side of things, people have little cracks sometimes where, it doesn't help them and they play a few loose points and, that's how someone gets on top of the other person. It's just patterns. And I think as I'm, getting a little bit older, I'm starting to understand there's always so much to learn in tennis, and with the mind as well. And then with yourself, I just think you unlock little, don't even know how to explain it, but little things about yourself every year, and you learn things and you kind of all puzzle them together. Yeah. And then you just build yourself into this, Is there something you can put into words tangibly about what you feel like you're unlocking about yourself as you do it? Because I definitely feel that you're maturing each time I see you. Yeah. So from the first time when I met you at Peak to then last year again, and then to seeing you now and speaking to you now, I can actually feel and like hear the difference a little bit. Yeah. Is there a way you can describe that in words at all? It's weird because I think everyone kind of has their own thing, what works for them and what doesn't work for them. When you feel like things are not going your way, you kind of go back to doing what you need to, and then it's actually, I can't even explain it. It's so tough to explain. It's just little messed up things, everyone goes through sometimes, but it works for them, Yeah. For me, I've got different things that work for myself, like I drink Red Bulls on court. Yeah. I feel like it gives me, it could be like nothing, but in my head, it feels like it gives me like this burst of energy, and then I try and utilize this burst of energy in like 3-4 games and to try and break, serve, and then get on top of someone. Interesting. I didn't know that about you. Yeah. It's just little things like I like that little quirk about you. Yeah, it's just like, it's like little quirks that people discover about themselves, but it's just, it's like that 1% that you need to be better. It works in a match. Yeah. You got wings, man. Yeah. No wings, but kind of stuff like that. I don't know what other quirks I've got. There's a couple. But a couple. Yeah, I love it. You're always someone that wants to have a laugh and have a good time. I think when you're off court, you're doing well when you're actually bringing that into your life. It seems like some of the time off you had in Bali and just resetting. And it seems like you just need to keep enjoying
enjoying the journey, man, and just
Absolutely.
not getting too serious, because it seems like that's not really who you are. The crux of you like to have a good time, and you're very bubbly and social.
Yeah, for sure. And I think just like I like to look forward to things, which gives me excitement. So like, because I love my wines, right?
Yeah.
I love my wines. So like for me, if I tell myself if I put in a good week, I'm gonna enjoy a nice glass of wine at the end of the week.
Yeah.
I think that really centers me and makes me focus for the week, and everyone's different. Some people, look forward to a nice walk on the beach. But for me, to have a glass of wine, just like at the end of the week, it's just like, I'm happy to put in the work. Obviously, it's probably not the best thing, but for me, it's just like, it helps me.
Yeah. Just make sure we get this up closer.
Yep. Thought it was a glass of wine. I was like, shit, that'd be nice, right?
No, I love it. Well, David Ferrer loves a wine and a cigarette. And so if he's one of the hardest workers on tour and can enjoy
one of the fittest.
Yeah. Love it, man.
It's amazing.
No, you're absolutely entitled to enjoy yourself, man. Like, you put in the work, but and you got to do what's right for you.
Yeah.
Is there any room for a coach? Is there any thought about having a coach now for you at this level? Where's your head at? Where's your head at on that?
Not sure about a coach. I've actually had a friend come help me in Darwin a couple of weeks ago. Because Hannah's obviously had a big year, and she wanted to spend some time in Brisbane, which is completely fine. And my friend came, and it was nice to have someone that knows me, and for me, I kind of know what I need to be doing, but it's just like I said, it's the small things. It's the warm up, someone holding a TheraBand for me, someone getting balls, just someone holding my leg to stretch at the end of a session, just small things like that. So for me personally, I think I'd rather invest in a friend to come help me, that I can vent to, and not be a punching bag, but like someone that can, listen to me and, just knows how I work sometimes. But a coach, I mean, maybe not next year, but that can always change,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I prefer to have someone that I know that I can have a laugh with and just have fun with, make jokes, it's pretty exhausting traveling. Sometimes days are tough, so you just want someone there that's fresh energy and that lifts you a little bit. So
100%. What's the plan for you the rest of this year, moving into Aussie summer? What's the go?
So the rest of the year looks like I'll play this Adelaide, and then I'll go to Sydney next week, and then I'll probably finish off in Japan the last 3-4 weeks of the year. And
are they indoor hard?
One of them is indoor, and the rest are outdoors, and it gets pretty cold in Japan. I was there last year and wasn't in a great headspace last year, so hopefully I'll have one of my friends come travel with me again, and I'll stay at home. But yeah, I'm excited. Japan's a beautiful place, amazing place, and I'm excited to finish the year off and just have a little bit of downtime towards the end of the year. This is probably my favorite time of the year, towards the end, and leading into Aussie summer. Just the thought of being at home for the next couple of months is so at ease, for me. So yeah, just excited for that. So that's the plan for the rest of the year.
Awesome, man. Wish you all the best. Keen to see you out in action
Yeah, thank
this
you,
week.
brother. Appreciate it.
Good luck, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you.